Hey, what's going on, social media family? This is Michael Cabradilla right here in sunny San Diego, California. We've been reading through this book right here, 100 Simple Secrets of Happy People, what scientists have learned and how you can use it. So why have we been reading through this? Why not, right? Why not be able to learn what makes people happy, or if there are habits or things that we can do to increase our happiness for ourselves, for our family, for our colleagues, our business partners, our community as a whole. We are on chapter 72. So chapter 72 says you always have a choice. So we've been reading through each chapter. Each chapter is about a page, 2 pages long. Share some insight, maybe pose a question or two. We'd love to hear your feedback. Put some comments in the comment section. You always have a choice. Remember, you don't have to do anything. You can choose to do whatever you think is important enough to warrant your efforts. Don't lament your responsibilities as burdensome and unavoidable. Think of the positive effects of your actions, the reasons you go to work, the reasons you keep the household running. How many times have you complained to yourself, why do I have to do this? Would you believe that you don't have to do it? Unless you are in prison, you don't have to do anything. You choose to do things. You might ask, what difference does that make? I have to do the laundry, or I choose to do the laundry. Either way, it has to be done. It makes a tremendous difference. It is the difference between taking an action because something of value is at stake for you and taking an action because you are being forced to do so. Doing the laundry is a choice you make because you value being clean and presentable, or you do the laundry for your family members because you love them. Every time you do the laundry, we are doing it because we want to. Is anyone forcing you to do the laundry? No. When you see all the options you have, you can begin to appreciate the choices you make. Interviews on life satisfaction levels found that those who expressed a sense of autonomy of making decisions for themselves were 3 times more likely to feel satisfied than those who did not. Wow, that's a very, very interesting chapter there. It makes me think of a handful of things. Instead of saying things like, man, I have to do this, you can switch it around and say, I get to do this, right? Like I have to go to work versus, wow, I get to go to work today, depending on what the scenario or the situation is, right? And I know that for myself, I typically try to put things into perspective as far as what the worst case scenario might be in a certain situation and just compare it to what I'm complaining about, right? I might be complaining about XYZ, but it could always be worse. It's like, I've seen different images on social media that are posted around, and there are people who complain about certain things, whether it's something about their life, something about a relationship, something about their job. Well, guess what? Someone's looking for a job. Someone's looking for an XYZ relationship. Someone's looking for, some of the things that we complain about. We've heard it said that there are first world problems, right? Earlier today, I saw someone post that they were angry because they microwaved their food, and when they bit into it, it wasn't as warm as they thought that it should be. It was still cold. Well, that's a first world problem. There are places, number one, that don't have microwaves. Number two, places that they don't even have food, let alone access to even electricity. And that's just one way to look at it, right? I know there's so many more ways to look at that and look at the privilege that someone might have in a situation like that. But just know that we have choices in the things that we do and the things that we say. One of the videos earlier, we talked about philosophy. I learned an acronym years ago that's called PARL, P-A-A-R-L. Philosophies drive your attitudes, and your attitudes drive your actions drive your results, and your results will ultimately dictate your lifestyle. And in that regard, we can always change our philosophies to better philosophies, better than the ones that we had before. But remember, we're not competing against anybody else. We're competing against ourselves from yesterday. I remember years ago listening to one of my mentors, and he said, Mike, I just encourage and challenge you to do a little bit more today than you did yesterday. Be a little bit better today than you were yesterday. and continue to compile that over and over, day after day, and you won't recognize yourself 90 days from now, 6 months from now, a year from now, 5 years from now, as long as you just get a little bit better in whatever you're trying to get better at, a little bit more each day. So take care. God bless. What do you think? Put some comments in the comment section. Look forward to seeing you on the next video. Video number 73 coming up. Take care.